over by later layers. The glazing technique is suitable for many genres of oil painting. However, in portraiture, it works particularly.
Okay, I am back. Think you could stop me? All right. Kidding aside, let's continue this painting. After having some clarification. Okay. Okay. I hope that didn't bother you too much. Okay. Um. Okay, let me just pour this medium over here. So I'm gonna try and darken this area. Uh, so I'm gonna shift medium right now because this one is too sticky, and I want it to be like a watercolor. To have this fluid quality to it, and this one is a little bit stiff. Which can work sometimes, but sometimes your paints can be too dry that uh, using a stiff medium can actually be detrimental. So we'll start with just had a thought. What I'm missing is actually painting in dimensions. I was too focused on figuring out the form, too distracted, such that I wasn't thinking about depth in the brushes. So if I want to deepen this one, I should paint that first with a darker shade, then just paint over it with a lighter shade later. Like this. Out there. By the way, I'm using an AI generated reference here. That's why it kind of looks weird. AI can't generate a good photo or good image. There's always problems in it, but it's kind of good for practice. For that reason, I don't know if you guys find that offensive. And if so, I'm sorry, but I think uh, for me, it has its own value in that regard. You don't wanna rely on it like completely, because you eventually find that there's problems with it, and the benefit is that there's no copyright restriction on it. So, but that's just an excuse, right? We have always been using like real photos since forever. I mean, never stopped us before. Copyright never stopped us before. It's just that for me, there's an appeal to AI images that kind of just begging for exploration. I don't know if that's wrong in the current climate. No harm, no foul. It's already there on the net webs. Already exists as a item. Oh, AI is using our art. Maybe we could use it for benefit. To some degree. I've looked at a few portraits made by AI, Okay, there's promise to them, but they're not perfect. Actually, there's can be useful for ideas or reference. How it is. Some point, somebody's gonna call you out on it, and for whatever reason, you have to make a choice. Uh, you know, there are digital creators out there, digital artists that have faced backlash for using AI. What how they used it, I think that's the problem because they just generated and then just posted it with a few tweaks. And some even don't have those tweaks that are expected. And I guess that's where the problem arises. Not too sure. I'm not versed in the politics of AI. First, I was very excited about AI. In reality, I was really excited about it until I realized that uh, was not a very popular thing. Was farming farming us for content and then just regurgitating it back to us at a price. I thought it was gonna be free because utopia and all these promises that they give us. But again, capitalism won the day. Was naive to believe that, so I kinda the technology is good, has promise, can be made into a tool that will revolutionize how artists will actually generate or create content in the future. But it got soured because money. Not that money is bad, it's just that uh, it's money is energy. Where it flows usually can decide the death or life of a person or an industry, unless if you can like sustain your industry and tide the onslaught. Not, then it's just gonna destroy industry. For digital artists, and it's really obvious if you use AI art. I think people can tell if you're using the shapes, the way the figures, up, the faces of the figures are actually like shared among other renders. So, kind of obvious. Like if you see one face in an AI generated portrait, you're gonna find it somewhere else. At some point, there's going to be another render that kind of has the same model. Let's just say AI model. Just slightly different, a little variance here and there. It's basically the same person. What I like about them is that, the uh, at the human glance, they kind of look uh, good, simply simplified shapes and forms. So basically, they're like pretty good references. You can like manage to use them correctly. This artist that I've seen on Facebook, like I actually created paintings using AI as references and kind of got recognition from our local media, news media. Got the spotlight, and I don't know if the local media knew they was using AI, nor do they. I don't think they care about the current uh, issues revolving around AI. Our our media here kind of supports AI. Our artists here in the country is like unsupported, so why most of our artists from here like once you know I think it's everybody. Everyone here is like it's only a few people here that actually being supported by the system and our the way we're you know existing here. Only a few industries that actually a few people in certain industries like it's like a you know Even in local, like in your personal life, if you want a job, for example, it would be easier if you know someone that's already in that uh, office, for example. So I don't know. I think that works. That's everywhere, I guess. How humans actually do things. So it's nothing new. In any industry, anywhere, I think that's how humans do. Like, they know someone, they're of course they're gonna prioritize that guy over someone they don't know, right? First, they wanna spend time with people that they already know. They wanna introduce someone that could, destabilize what they've already established. I think it's part of survival, part of how we know it is. Kind of necessary sometimes to be like that. When everybody needs a job, who do you pick? Like, pick the one you know or the one you don't know? Of course, you're gonna pick the one you know, right? Even in your own business, like if you have a business, of course, you're gonna pick the one you know. Why would you risk introducing a person you don't even have a clue about? Anyway, in here, there's only a few, not much support, even to local artists. I don't know. Maybe there is. I'm just not part of it. Like in the past, let's not talk about that. In the past, I wanna let that go, let it be. But it's just one proof that these things exist. I'm not bitter about it. Like, it's how things are. Just how things are. That's life. Take what you can. This life. And if you can't, then find a way to reason it out till you actually can Okay. Really, the same process. We can start from here and then go into more detail. So it's basically an underpaint, colored underpainting, establishing the base forms. Have like a stomach problem right now. It's starting like hyperacidity. Ooh, can actually sense it coming. You know it, right? When your like throat kind of feels weird, starts feeling weird. So one problem here is that there's no dimension here. This we have shading, but there's no dimension. That's a problem. Like doesn't feel like this part of the face is actually like turned away. Fix that. Face, the shape of the face should actually have to turn this way. Make that cut there. Have light here out there. Okay. Try and cut it here. Really, what's happening with this is like this. It should be like this. Then here, Kind of looks weird. Take a look at that. What it is. Weird. But at least it feels more 3D. Compared to what the photo shows, right? This one feels a little more correct in a sense. The chiseling here kind of looks more true how it should look like. And this part here can be a little bit, should be, could be a little lighter. Let's use here. Flatten this out. Pull it back here. Yeah, I'm already going off course. I don't know. Kind of looks weird. Try softening it up. Soften it up. Using a brush. Soft brush. Try. Even out some of these shades here. I think I'm done for now. My ooh, my stomach acid is like rising up, like GERD or something. I don't know, man. So I just ate like I drank a lot of juice, and I think the acidity of the juice coming up. Is it too smooth? Is it too rough? I don't know. Is it good? Is it not good? I don't know. But at least it looks 3D. Warning, this stream uh what's wrong? The stream, the problem with the stream. Bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate.